right, guys. How are you getting on? Welcome back to my channel. I'd like to say that I'm joined by the one, the only, the man himself. The guy's probably going to have to take this all on his own for an hour and a half. The bad connection here in Venezuela. And Warren. He's back with a vengeance. Warren's team talk. All right, guys. How are you getting on? This very first edition of our collaboration scores. I hasten to admit, guys, I'm going to admit straight away, it was Warren's idea, his brainchild. So it came out of the brain of the main man. So I think it'll be looking good. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be keeping you away all hours from the Premier League as they start. Of course, it has already started, guys. There was already a game early on. Liverpool beat Watford. Liverpool were away. They absolutely hammered the field. End score in that game, Liverpool 5, Watford 0. A couple of games coming up today, guys. Some big matches. Leicester playing Man United. Man City are playing Burnley. Actually, I want to speak to the BBC, and it's probably good than the game. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I have them here. The different games. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna get started. First, we talk a bit about how to get on fire. Maybe we can talk a little bit about the situation with Ben White, the whole pack yesterday. Let's touch on that for a while, and then we can kick off into it.
Sorry, what did you say, mate? It's a bit choppy. I couldn't quite make out what you said.
It is quite choppy. It's even choppier for the mic. Take me back to Europe, God. Take me back to Europe. I was just saying about Ben White.
Huh?
Ben White. The Ben White situation.
Benjamin Bunny.
Yesterday.
Jesus. I just can't believe. I just can't believe that he's come out and said that. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad that you can sit there and admit that you don't like football, that you don't watch it, and you know about Patrick Vieira. He's one of our greatest ever players, but you never really bothered to watch him, and you haven't got time. What is he doing that he hasn't got time? And that the fact that he's not watching football really worries me, because that tells me he's not interested in developing his game or learning from other players. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's about. All he's interested in is the money. And if I was the manager, the first thing I'd do when I went into that club is put him on the transfer list. I don't want people like that at the club. He's got the wrong mentality. The mentality is completely wrong.
I've lost respect for him.
Huh?
I've lost respect for him, man.
It's just completely disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know.
I just don't like him playing. I don't like him for the club.
What was that guy's name? I really love this guy, but I can't even remember his name. That's really sad. That's a bit mad, really. Me saying that I really loved him, but I can't even remember. Podolski.
Łukasz.
Yeah, I loved him, all right? And one of the reasons that I really liked him so much was because when he first came to the club, he spent 2 days going around London, learning all about London, and then he spent time getting himself up on the history of Arsenal.
Yeah, with Ray Parlour.
Huh?
Ray Parlour.
Yeah,
with Ray Parlour.
The rhyming.
Dog and bone. Bone. Bees and honey. Money.
Yeah, exactly. No, but he spent time immersing himself in the culture of the city. He spent time learning about the history of the club, and then he took himself around London and learning all about London. And I thought, yeah, mate, you get it. And then when we played Tottenham in the North London derby, he jumped into the enclosure where the Arsenal fans were, and we were celebrating with us all. Do you know what I mean? They're just like, that's sort of mentality I want. Not someone who says, "Yeah, well, I don't really watch football. I'm not interested." Do you know what I mean? It's just bonkers. But I don't think it's uncommon, mate. And sadly, do you know what I mean? I really don't. So, you know, it's just quite sad, really.
Yeah. I like to feel that we have a connection to those we sign, you know, and if there's no connection there, if I don't feel that they honestly care, every time they kick the ball, every time they make a tackle, I don't feel the same connection anymore. They don't care about the fans, they don't care about the club or four legends, they don't care about us, they don't care about the club. It's as disrespectful, no man. It's as disrespectful as you could be. It's no worse. It doesn't get worse than that.
The thing is, for me, he's far from being the finished article. Right? Far from being the finished article. I mean, let's be honest, he can't even head a football. He can't even head a football. So he needs to develop his game. And you'd think that he'd want to improve. Right? Just no matter what the manager said to him or anything else, you'd think that he'd have the drive and determination to try and get better. But he's sitting there saying, yeah, I don't watch football. It doesn't really interest me. I've got no real interest in it. So what is he doing to improve his game? You know, if it was me and I was a centre back, I'd be saying to Arteta, yeah, get me a video of all the top centre backs that play the way that you want me to play, so I can study their game and learn how they play the game, and so that it can help me improve. But he's saying that he don't want to watch football, and he reckons he ain't got time to do it. I'm sorry, but it's not good enough in my book.
No, it's not.
It's got to go. You know, like I said, the first thing I'd do is I'd be putting him on the transfer list, and I'd be putting him in the under 23s. I just don't want him playing. I'd rather have Pablo Mari or Rob Holding playing. I really would, because I just think that's disgusting. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same. Just going to big up James Dunlop, a man that Warren knows well. Welcome along to James. Thank you for tuning in. If you're having difficulties watching, sorry about that. I apologize. I'm here in Venezuela on my side. The internet connection is not so good. I apologize. I'm going to be back in Europe, back in Greenwood, back in the People's Republic of Cork in about 3 weeks. So things will be looking a bit better. We've got our own republic, Warren. Republic of Cork. The PRC.
Is it?
Yeah, we call ourselves the People's Republic of Cork. Got t-shirts, you can get hoodies, you can get caps, you can get everything by. And then we go up to Dublin and we freak them out of their minds. You know what I mean? We just freak them out of their minds. Freak them out of their minds.
I remember when I was at college, right? The course I was on, we had one fella from Cork and one from Dublin, and they hated each other. They used to fight like cat and dog all the bloody time. And the Cork fella used to say about the Dublin, it's too fucking loud. Fucking Dubliners are all the same. They're fucking too loud.
It's the capital against the real capital, Warren. The capital against the real capital. But I went up there, you know. I went up there and I wore my Cork jersey for the GAA, and I got rocks battered off me in Dublin city centre. Like about 6 young guys, they attacked me with rocks and battered them off me. You know what, Warren? You know what, Warren?
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, they battered me with rocks on the back of my head, on my back, in bits. You know what? It was worth it. I just don't get on. You know what I mean? I did agonize it jersey in the city centre of Dublin. I mean, if that's not asking for trouble, and they're tough guys up in Dublin, they're tough men. So say what you want, you know. But it was worth it. It was worth it. Okay, let's put a few comments about James, and then let's get talking about the Premier League. I heard Ben White's comments on Lee Gunner's channel. What is Ben White? Bloody mental. Yeah.
You're right, James. Absolutely spot on, man. Absolutely spot on. It's bonkers. Do you know what I mean? I just can't understand. And I'm the sad thing is, I don't think that attitude's uncommon. I think that's fairly normal. And then the other thing that really wound me up was when he went on about his name, and they said to him, "Oh, about him wanting to be called Benjamin." And he turned around and he said, "Well, you can call me what you want, but I might not answer." I thought, you arrogant prick. Do you know what I mean?
He's no Roberto Carlos, Warren. He's no Roberto Carlos. He's no Fernando Hierro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's have it right.
Yeah.
The man has got limitations. He's no Fernando Hierro. So to be acting that kind of, he's no Roger. I mean, God Almighty. Oh man.
The way he's carrying on, you'd think he's like the next coming of fucking Franz Beckenbauer or something. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's really wound me up, and I look at it and I think, who the hell do you think you are? You're not even like the kingpin of our defence. In fact, you're the weak link. If I was an opposition manager, I'd be saying to them, make sure you go through Ben White, because he's the weak link in that team. He keeps making mistakes. He can't header a ball. It was him that nearly gave the penalty away at Burnley. It's unbelievable. I mean, what the hell is going through that lad's head? And if I was Arteta, I'd be having him in for a meeting saying, what the hell were you thinking of?
I know he's a defender, but he couldn't score a goal to save his life for him. He doesn't know what it's like to put the ball in the back of the net. He'd get a nosebleed if he crossed the halfway line. He'd get a nosebleed if he crossed the line. Muppet.
But he's being...
Compared now, more.
Yeah. He's being protected by the fact that Gabriel is playing so well. If it wasn't the fact that he didn't have Gabriel next to him, we'd be in serious danger through the middle of our defence. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that he's got Tommy Asu on the other side of him, who's been playing really well as well, it's helping him. So yeah, it's I don't know, man. I was worried about it when we signed him because I didn't think he was worth anywhere near that amount of money, and the attitude, that concerns me because I don't think he's interested in developing his game. I really don't. I think he thinks that he's the top dog and he's got nothing to learn. Well, I'm sorry, mate. You've got a nasty surprise coming to you. So James is saying that Man City are 1-0 up against Burnley. Let's have a look at that. See. Yeah. So. Yeah, so it looks like Man City are well on top at the moment. They're got 70% possession of the ball. They've had 3 shots and all 3 of them have been on target. And interestingly, they've committed 2 fouls and Burnley haven't committed any. So that's a surprise. But yeah, they've scored. And Bernardo Silva scored after 12 minutes. So that's good news for them, I guess. But they... what is it? Hold on. Yeah, so they've gone for a 4-3-3 formation again, and it looks like they're playing with a false nine. Stefan's in goal. Cancelo, Stones, Laporte, and Ake are playing in defence. And interestingly, it looks like Ake's playing left back. Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and De Bruyne are in midfield three, and then Mahrez, Foden, and Sterling in the forward three, which is quite interesting.
That's a strong team.
Sure the BBC have got that right, to be frank. Huh?
Team Warren, that's a strong team.
It is a strong team. I'm a bit surprised that Ake is playing left back because when he was at Bournemouth, he was a centre back, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. But Guardiola likes to rotate players around. He likes to switch things around.
Yeah.
Does that? Let me check something there now and see how our live stream is going. I'm not holding up much hope. Anyway, all right, guys.
Yeah,
Liverpool won earlier, guys, 5-0 against Watford. Yeah, Liverpool 5, Watford 0 was the early kickoff. 5-0, guys. They battered them off the field. Let me just go into it here and check.
It looks like Aston Villa. It looks like Villa have nearly scored. John McGinn.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, John McGinn hit one from about 25 yards, apparently. And it's just gone a yard wide of the post. And something else is happening. What's happening? What we got here? And Leon Osman saying, "You fear for Burnley now?" Well, yeah, mate. You would, in the way it looks like City are like got them by the scruff of the neck by the looks of it. And he's saying that Burnley are struggling to get hold of the ball. So they could end up with a similar treatment as what we got when we went up there a few weeks ago. So Kevin Devine. Yeah, apparently Nathan Collins has made a last-ditch clearance from Kevin De Bruyne as well. So, yeah, it's not going well for Burnley by the sounds of it, mate. So, yeah, it's not going well for Burnley.
It's not going well for me either. I can see the live stream.
Trouble, mate.
Moving again. I'm watching it. I'm back, I think.
Yeah, so it's still Man City, the only ones have scored so far, and it's 17 minutes gone. So not a lot of goals so far, guys. Alan Hutton saying that Manchester United's fullbacks need to be on top form to nullify the threat from Leicester. Timothy Castagne and James Maddison are causing issues. Vardy's going out too. So looks like United aren't having it their own way by the sounds of it.
Yeah, listen, sorry about the connection there, guys. Warren is carrying the show on his own. James Dunlop in with a funny comment. It's the Arteta Wi-Fi. It's spreading everywhere. I'm going to get on a plane, right, in 3 weeks, and I'm going to fly 7,600 miles. And after that, I'm going to be back, and I'm going to be live and in full effect. Man United 1-0 up, James said. Let's check this out.
Are they?
The Red Devils, they're back with a vengeance, guys. I'm just trying to do it.
Leicester conceded. Man United have scored. Mason Greenwood after 18 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently it's been a really good goal. I don't know anything about it. It's just saying, it just says what a hit that is. So I don't know, man.
Reminds me of my ex. All right, let's see, guys. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Mason Greenwood. Yeah. Like here in South America. Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, given that you're in South America, mate, you need to do the South American commentators like goal reaction. I just love that, the way that when they score a goal, they're just like, goal!
You look.
It's hilarious. I love it.
Goal! That's what I've been listening to in South America for 5 months. I'm back. I'm live. I can see. Goal! Okay, that's enough of goal before Warren decides to leave the stream. Sorry about the connection there, Warren. I can see it. It's pretty shocking.
Don't worry,
anyway.
Man. It's fine.
Nah, it looks crap.
Okay, so Norwich 0, Brighton 0. It's still 0-0 at Carrow Road. Norwich have grown into it. Pierre-Louis Melu wins a corner on the left before Joel Veltman concedes another for Brighton. He's flicked it on at the near post before Robert Sanchez.
For Manchester United, Warren.
Goal
from...
Yeah,
big goal for Manchester United, Warren. Big goal. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is a big goal. I mean, because they need to get back on winning track today.
Yeah. Did you see that they flew to Leicester? They flew to Leicester. They flew
Sorry, say that again? Adam Lallana on the edge of the box, and he thumps it straight back towards goal. Tim Krul reacts well to make the block, and it's up on his feet with a split second to prevent Neil Maupay on the rebound. So looks like Brighton nearly scored, mate. So, what else is happening? Is there anything else happening in the other games? Villa 0, Wolves 0, Leicester 0, Man United 1. There's 22 minutes gone in most of the games. Manchester City are beating Burnley by a goal to 0.
Hello, everyone.
Huh?
Hello, everyone.
It's back. Norwich 0-0 with Brighton and Southampton 0-0 with Leeds. Something's happened, so let's see what that is. Oh, there's a penalty appeal. Huge penalty shout from Neil Maupay. He goes around the keeper and goes to the ground, claiming a touch from Tim Krul. Maupay is screaming for it. It goes to VAR. Nothing given. Oh, my God. There you go. So,
Cruel luck.
Yeah.
No,
the only thing is, though, he didn't get hold of the referee by the throat, mate.
No, he wasn't up for it.
Villa 0, Wolves 0. Nice improvisation from Emilio Buendia. Samuel getting his body into shape to volley it just wide at the near post and Matty Cash's cross.
The two Manchester teams are going well, Warren.
Scored for Villa.
The two Manchester teams are doing well.
Yeah, they are. They're both winning.
Did you see Manchester United? They flew to Leicester for the game. 100 miles. They flew there.
Right. So there's an update from the Southampton game, and they're saying that Southampton are well on top. Right back Valentino Livramento bursts forward and feeds Armando Broja, who hassles, harries, and forces another home corner. This time, Leeds clear the initial ball into the box only as far as Musa Gieniepo. He blasts the ball into Rose Ed, though. Saints rolling, Leeds rocking. There you go. So yeah, I heard a story this morning that Matteo Guendouzi might be coming back.
Exactly, James.
So, that's interesting. Because apparently they kept asking Arteta in his press conference about what his future was and whether he was going to be sold, and he said, "Well, I don't think you can say that about any player who's still owned by the club." James saying, "Why did United flew over to Leicester?" Yeah, God knows, mate. Nothing these players do or clubs do at the moment surprises me after what I heard yesterday. Honestly, mate, I just think that they're on a different planet. They've got no idea. They've got no interest in how we live or anything about us. I really believe that. I mean, because those comments yesterday from Ben White, it just sums it all up for me. It's just a bit pathetic, isn't it? So I mean, because he's got no interest in developing his game, because otherwise he wouldn't be saying there that he doesn't watch football. And the fact that he didn't really know who Patrick Vieira was as well, I find that quite disturbing. So yeah, but yeah, good win for Liverpool today. 5-0 at Watford. You've got to be worried about Watford now, though. You have to say. Man City and Man United 4 points behind, with 14 points. Chelsea, if they win that game in hand, which is on it's later today when they play Brentford, they'll be a point clear at the top. Although I'm not sure that they're going to beat Brentford. But there you go. And there's something's happened that I was going to call it Filbert Street, but it's not, is it? He's back again. David De Gea thought it was in. So did half the King Power. Leicester put together a lovely move. James Madison clipping the ball over to Ricardo Pereira in the box, and the fullback sides foots across home. Cross come shot inches wide of the far post. So there you go. Do you know what, Old School? I was watching a documentary yesterday where Brian Clough was talking about his life and about when he nearly got the England job. And he was saying about how well he thought the interview had gone, and he said he wooed them with his experience of football management and how important it was to have good experience of being a football manager if you were going for a job as a football manager, right? And I thought, that's interesting. I wonder what all the Arteta cult think about that. I'm sure that would really wind them up. So, did you hear that, James? What I just said about Brian Clough saying how important it was to have experience of being a football manager if you're going to apply for a job as a football manager. Yeah, I saw that as well, James. We were talking about that earlier.
James, when are Everton playing, James? When are Everton in action?
I think they're playing on Sunday.
And then Arsenal are playing on Monday, of course. The glorious Gunners were playing on Monday. Glorious. We're going to be covered in glory, Warren. The team are going to be covered in nothing but glory.
Jadon Sancho nearly scores a second for United. But Kasper Schmeichel battered it away. Villa should lead, and you would put your savings on Danny Ainge scoring when he's 1-on-1 with Jose Sarr, but a low shot is superbly pushed away by Sarr. Kevin De Bruyne carries it forward for City on the break and finds Raheem Sterling to his right. He slows it down and uses Riyad Mahrez, but Burnley have everyone back. So with half an hour gone, everyone, in the in the Leicester United game, Man United are 1-0 up. 27 minutes gone in the Villa Wolves game, and it's 0-0. 28 minutes gone at the City of Manchester Stadium, and City are 1-0 up against Burnley. Half an hour gone between Norwich and Brighton, and it's 0-0. And just over half an hour gone between Southampton and Leeds, and it's 0-0.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's looking a bit... I'm just having a look at the league table.
Liverpool's win earlier, Warren. You'd have to fan.
Yeah, they're looking
for the league title, man. No,
they are. Oh, it's a goal. Leicester has scored. Yuri Tillemans on 31 minutes for Leicester. So it's Leicester 1, Manchester United 1. So that puts a different complexion on the league table now. So yeah, they're... Yeah, 1-1. Wow. Rodri lifts an inviting ball, but Riyad Mahrez's volley is fluffed straight at the keeper. A better connection than that would have caused real problems. Lovely ball from Rodri. Old School, did you hear that story the other day about the Barcelona midfielder, the young laddie? He's got a £1 billion release clause. Oh, he's gone. Yeah. Just to everyone watching this.
Back again.
Yeah, hello, mate. I was just saying about whether you heard about...
United won.
I know, United scored. It was 1-1.
Tillemans. It's 1-1.
Yeah.
So Man United won.
Some kiddie at Barcelona, a midfield player, has signed a new contract, and he's got a £1 billion release clause.
At Barcelona?
Yeah. 1 billion.
Pedri.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. And then I heard yesterday, that some players being linked with the move to Man City. I can't remember who it was, but they're talking about paying him £50 million a year as a salary. I mean, that's near enough £1 million a week. Can you believe it?
Crazy.
It's crazy, mate. It's fucking insane. Excuse me, but it is. It's mad. Absolutely mad.
Aye. That's a lot of money, huh?
Oh, here he is.
America.
Martin Cohen's been on the act. Martin Cohen, our former centre-back. It's a bit like someone with a pitching wedge. He's just clipped it and it got it perfectly onto the green. It's a beautiful shot from Yuri Tillemans. But Harry Maguire is looking at the pitch. They're trying to play football when they should go long. There is a momentum about Leicester now. They're getting their win-backs high, and that's where this has come from. So Martin Cowan's not impressed with United by the sounds of it.
No. Leicester
I
have a
think
serious team. I mean,
Leicester are on top.
Leicester have a very good team. Anyone messing with Leicester, I dread when we play Leicester. I'm really fearing the game. Leicester have an incredible team. I'm not looking forward to that game at all. Not in one bit, guys. Not in the slightest. That's going to be a very tough game. Just turning on the fair. Set a bit of air.
Yeah, because we've got them soon, haven't we? In the league.
Yeah, and they beat us. They have a better team anyway. No, they beat us, but they definitely have a good team, Warren. They have a good team, Warren.
Yeah, they do. And I'm worried about Monday night, man. What are you thinking about Monday?
Ben White, I want Patrick Vieira to play. I want Vieira to play himself against Arsenal and show Ben White who he's introduce himself. That's what I want.
Oh God, can you imagine if he was playing?
I would be,
if Patrick Vieira playing, if he like itching to get out on the pitch and he's saying, "Oh, bloody show him who Patrick Vieira is." Let me tell you, he really will, because he'd destroy him. He'd absolutely finish with him. That's for sure.
Yeah, from the old school gunner. I'm just going to put it up, guys. Vieira. Yeah, I think that basically sums it up. But the whole thing with Ben White, disgraceful. I actually feel embarrassed.
Well, it is embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? It's just that I can't believe that. Surely they must have briefed him before he had that interview and say to him, "Don't say this, don't say that. They're probably going to ask you about this, probably going to ask you about that. Whatever you do, don't say this, that, or the other." And he's gone and said it. It's just unreal. Okay, Man City Burnley game. There's nearly been a goal there. It's been all City, but Burnley almost claw it back with one swift move down the left. Jack Cork. Jack Cork cuts it back for Josh Brownhill, but he drags it inches past the right post. So Burnley nearly equalised by the sounds of it. And then
they're a good team. They're hard to play against.
The Leicester fans are taunting the United fans. They're saying champions of England more recent than you. Sing the Leicester fans.
Champions of England more recent than you.
Exactly. I just think that's hilarious.
What do you think of the game? What do you think about the game later, Warren? Brentford-Chelsea. How do you see that going?
That's a really hard one to call, man. That's a really hard one to call.
That's a tough one.
I reckon it might end up being a draw.
I think Chelsea will beat them. But Chelsea are very good right now. But we'll see. I mean, Lukaku has been a bit hit or miss. He did Arsenal, but I mean, my mother could score against Arsenal.
That's true.
We'll have to see, guys. We'll have to see. But I think Chelsea, that they're a serious team. They're quite dangerous forwards. They're menacing. They're everything that Arsenal aren't. That hurts me to say that. Chelsea are everything that Arsenal are not.
No, they are.
Yeah, they are. They're a serious team, Warren, man. Serious team. But James Dunlop and Chelsea are going to nick it 2-1. But Brentford will give them a real battle tonight. Warren, just a second, Warren. Just a second, Warren. I know the connection. Warren. Yeah, just a second, Warren. I know the connection is not good. Let's just take your time. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you also to Warren. Big up Warren's channel. Check Warren on YouTube, guys. Warren's Team Talk. Check it out, guys. He's been to many, many grounds throughout his life. He supported Arsenal since 1962. Check out his channel, Warren's Team Talk. Do us a favor. Warren.
Thank you, buddy.
I hope you could hear that. Yeah, I hope everyone could hear that.
No, I think they did.
I'll post in the comments, Warren.
Okay, go for it.
You just entertain yourself there for a moment. I'll be back. Ah, yes.
Leicester nearly scored. Yuri Tillemans feeds Kalechi, Eniacho, and on the edge of the area, but the Nigerian drags the ball wide. Riyad Mahrez, he slipped in on the right for Man City, and he tees it up for Raheem Sterling, and his acrobatic half volley hits Nathan Collins before Nick Pope gathers it in. So, yeah, it looks like it's heating up a bit in some of these games, guys. And apparently it looks like Leicester have got United on the rack a little bit.
They have a good team. They're a dangerous side.
Ronaldo's the trigger for the press. He goes there. He goes, then looks behind him, and nobody is helping. Everyone has to press. That's what you have to do at the highest level. What Alan Hutton's saying, and he's right. He is right.
He's right. Absolutely, yeah. Just putting up the Christmas tree there, lads. Don't worry about that.
All right.
I'm just putting up Christmas tree, Warren.
All right, no problem, mate. You enjoy that.
I was just thinking there, would the Christmas tree formation be good for Arsenal? The Christmas tree formation.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, we could play the Christmas tree formation. And up top, Martinelli, the angel. We could call Martinelli the angel. The angel on top of me. Martinelli. Martinelli with the ball. Martinelli with the goal. Martinelli on the bench. Martinelli injured. That's it, guys. What is the story with Mikel Arteta not playing a fine player like Martinelli? What is the situation there?
Oh, God.
Man, between him and Ben White. I don't know who's worse. Why isn't Arteta playing Martinelli? Warren?
I just don't think he likes him, mate. Simple as. I just think either he doesn't rate him or he just can't stand players that were brought into the club by Unai Emery.
My God, man.
It's the only thing that makes any sense to me.
Yeah. He just doesn't like the player. Simple as. He loves Xhaka.
But the thing is, you look at what he was like when Unai Emery was at the club and how he was performing. It was just superb. He was like, every time he played, he was like one of our best players, if not the best player. Yeah, there was
Thank you, James, for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Norwich, I think in Norwich he scored, maybe. Yeah. Loads of space in the middle for Pierre Luis Melo, but he skies another shot over the bar for Norwich. He was a long way out and probably had better options. See, this is what I can't understand, right? Is with Norwich, right? Why is it that Billy Gilmore's not getting a start in their midfield?
What does he have to do, man? What does he have to do?
Every time he plays for Scotland, he looks absolute class. He's like dominating games. The game against England at Wembley, he was Scotland's best player and he dominated the English midfield. And you look at the players they've got in their midfield, and then you're thinking, right, okay, he dominated the English midfield, yet he can't get a game for Norwich.
Mm.
And I'm just thinking, what the hell's going on? It's just
last weekend he played very good against Israel, and they won that game 3-2 at the end.
Exactly.
He turned the game for them. He turned the game.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I just don't understand what's happening. I think if things don't improve for Norwich by Christmas, they're going to have a seriously difficult decision to make about the manager, because it's just not working, is it? Oh, it was nearly a goal at Norwich. The whole thing is a shambles. Robert Sanchez comes racing out of the box to stop a through ball for Joshua Sargent. He doesn't get a clean connection on the clearance, and Sargent has an open goal. He tries to roll it in, but Shane Duffy races back to clear it off the line. Sargent only added to need some pace, and it was needed, and it would have been in. Yeah, Shane Duffy. What's the story with that fella? Right?
He's Irish.
Shane Duffy. He's a Republic of Ireland international, isn't he?
If you could call him that,
yeah. When he was at Celtic last year,
the Irish team. I mean, he's amateur.
To me, it looked like he wouldn't have got into a local village team, let alone at the Irish national team. He was shocking. Every time he played, he looked all over the shop. Whether it had something to do with Neil Lennon's coaching, I really don't know, but he was shocking. And he goes back to Brighton, and he was superb. He's been superb for them. So, yeah, I don't get that one. And here we go. It's half-time at Southampton, standing at 0-0. And then Martin Cohen's going, when will Traore go from entertainer to match winner? Nothing between the two teams. Adama Traore is a wonderful talent. When he runs, it's a sight to behold, but where is the end product? When will he go from entertainer to match winner? Wolves have taken a bit of control at Aston Villa, but Aston Villa have Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings up top to pose that threat. Nothing to choose between them, but I'm really impressed with Wolves and how they play with freedom and expression under the new manager. So that's interesting. So it looks like, the only games with any goals are Leicester 1, Man United 1 at Leicester, and one Manchester City are beating Burnley by 1-0. All the other games are 0-0 at the moment, guys. And then earlier, the lunchtime kickoff, Liverpool thrashed Watford 5-0 at Vicarage Road, and they're now sitting 2 points clear at the top of the table. So it's comments saying that Greenwood is back. The old school is back.
The leprechaun has returned.
Goodbye.
Lock up your daughters, guys. Lock up your daughters.
God help us.
Lock up your daughters, guys. And just so I don't get banned off YouTube, I'm talking about women over 18, okay? So let's keep it clear. I'm talking about women over 18, all right? Before I get banned off YouTube.
James Dunlop saying, I'm a Scotland fan and Gilmore excites me. Norwich was the wrong move for him. I completely agree with you, mate, because I'm in the same boat. I support Scotland as well because of my family heritage. And Billy Gilmore's a massive talent. He really is. I would like to have seen him come to Arsenal, to be quite honest.
Scotland have a good team.
I do.
Have a good team.
I'm not convinced. I don't think it would have been a good move for him to come to Arsenal. given the coaching he would have had from that clown Arteta. And Shane Duffy, ex-Everton player, he was decent at Blackburn and Brighton before he was loaned out to Celtic. Yeah, so probably it's got more to do with Neil Lennon than it has to do with Shane Duffy, I'd say then. Because I'm not joking, he was dreadful. I saw him a few times when he playing for Celtic, and he was dreadful. My dad's mate absolutely hates him with a passion.
Duffy?
He can't stand him because he's a massive Celtic fan. He's just said, I can't understand how someone who plays that poor can be playing for the Republic. He just doesn't get it.
They don't have any options, Warren. I'm not making excuses, but the team is at an all-time low. We have the right manager in charge now. But the team is very, very weak, and we're lacking quality on the ball. We've got no players like Croatia that can actually pass A to B. We've got no one. I mean, we're very limited. We're very limited.
Mate, I really do. He alienated so many of those players. You know what I mean? I just think that he lost the plot, and he should never have been appointed the second time round. They should have made a fresh start with a different person. You know.
Do you remember when Giovanni Trapattoni was managing the Irish team? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
He was managing the Irish team, Trapattoni. He couldn't speak English. He had his translator with him everywhere.
Well, at least he had a translator, not like Unai Emery, bless him, trying to do it by himself.
Yeah.
You know, there's part of me that was thinking, fair play for you having a go, but, you know, you'd have to think you need someone with you, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Bielsa has one, hasn't he?
True.
Bielsa has a translator. Yeah. And you heard the story about Jose Mourinho, did you? You ever hear that story? When
about Jose Mourinho?
Translator for Bobby Robson at Barcelona.
No.
When he worked at Barcelona as a translator for
Bobby Robson. Yeah.
And when Bobby Robson was giving his team talks and talking to the squad, right? Jose, he would stand there, do the translation, but in between times, he'd throw in his own comments as well to the team. Like the stuff, he'd say stuff that Robson hadn't even said. It was just stuff that he thought. And the players thought that Robson had said it, and Robson thought that he was telling them what he told them to say. It was mad. So, there you go.
They were two funny guys back then, Warren. They were funny guys. There's a question from James Dunlop. At this moment in time, is Mo Salah the best player in the world currently? For me, yes.
Yeah, I think he is too.
For me, yeah. And I don't like to just get on the bandwagon and agree with everyone. For me, he has been the best player for a while.
Yeah, I think so. Ben White probably thinks that he's the best player in the world.
Ben White for the Belong the Bunny.
Yeah, Bedroom Bunny. Probably.
If I had a daughter, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't let her date Ben White because he's got no cojones. Okay, I think we cleared that up.
Exactly.
I think I hit the nail on the head. Let's check the matches. Let's check matches there, Warren. Let's see what's going on.
Right. So Villa 0, Wolves 0 at half time. Leicester 1, Man United 1 at half time. Man City 1, Burnley 0 at half time. Norwich 0, Brighton 0 at half time. And Southampton 0, Leeds 0 at half time.
Not many goals there, Warren. Huh? Liverpool scored more goals than all the other teams.
Exactly.
Mo Salah was pulling the strings, you know what I mean? Salah, he does this little kind of if I could stand up now, guys, you could see it. But he kind of does a jink. He kind of jinks his way through, like Jinky at Celtic. You remember Jinky Johnson at Celtic? Jinks his way through, like Jinky. He jinxed and Shane Duffy. Mo Salah and Shane Duffy, the two best players in the world at the moment. Salah and Duffy.
There's another update for you. Celtic are 1-0 up at Motherwell.
The Celts.
1-0 at Motherwell. Rangers are 0-0 with Hearts, and St Johnstone are drawing 0-0 at Livingston.
Celtic 1-0 up, guys. I'm just going to do it here because I'm sort of American. Go!
There you go, guys. Neves Felipe, 17th minute.
Celtics our side, that's what we like to say. The Republic of Ireland, you know what I mean? Republic. We're like the Romans, Republic. We'd be known the Republic of Ireland there, you know? We're very like the Romans. Except we don't wear the skirts that they used to wear, the old Romans. Irish guys don't wear skirts. You know what I mean? Stay put, guys.
Arteta nil. What's that all about?
Yeah, because Emery was the last coach before Art came, and the Europa League, he got one over on him, Warren. He got one over on him, man. Emery got one over on him, man.
Not once, twice.
He took him to Skool. Exactly. It should probably be 2-0. He took him to Skool, Warren. He took him to Skool, man. I saw the games. And I cried tears of joy for Emery at the end.
No, that was good, man.
Man. Respect to Emery. You should take him back. You should take back Emery. I'm serious. I would take Emery back in a flash over Arteta, then sack him and take Vieira. You know what I mean? Vieira as manager and Emery as his assistant. Patrick Vieira for Arsenal manager.
Can you imagine if Emery got the Newcastle job and he brought Newcastle to the Emirates and he beat us again? Jesus God. It's just, yeah, I mean, I don't know, and the man's got the gall to come into work in the morning. I really don't. Surely he must know that he's not doing a good job. When he sits there and thinks about it and he's like by himself, it must go through his head. He must sit there and think to himself, look, I'm not really doing it. This isn't really working out, is it?
I feel sorry for his wife, Warren. I feel sorry for his wife. I feel sorry for his wife.
I feel sorry for his kids and his wife because, the jip his kids must be getting at school. Do you know what kids are like? They're really bloody cool.
His wife, she probably stays awake at night wishing she had a real man. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's tough. It's a tough situation. Yeah, I feel sorry for her.
It is just bonkers. And, if we lose against Palace on Monday, and I think there's a good chance it could happen because I just can't see where we're going to score goals from. And I'm telling you, they've got a much better shot conversion rate than what Brighton have. Right? If they turn up and they perform, we're in trouble, mate. You've got what's his name? The winger, the Arsenal fan who plays for Palace. What's his name?
Zaha. No.
Yeah. If he turns up and he starts turning it on, our defence is going to be in all sorts of trouble, especially if he targets Benjamin Bunny.
Yeah. You know what I find interesting about it, Warren? They're going to play a 3 up top. That's the way they normally play, Crystal Palace. They play 3 in the forwards. I mean, Arteta has to counteract that because it's not just the 3 players they're playing. That they play 3 players on top of our back 4. I mean, it's not going to be comfortable for Ben White. It's not going to be comfortable for Gabriel. It's not going to be comfortable for Tierney or Tomiyasu because the 3 players up top for Palace, they really press onto the back 4. If you make a mistake, any slip up, they're repeating physically for every ball. You know what I mean? The way the 3 up top, it's going to cause problems. And I hope to God that Mikel Arteta realizes that because it's not just the 3 good players. They have Zaha, they have Ayew, and they have the new player Edward. Edward has already scored twice for Palace. The three of them are going to be up top. They're going to. Edward has already scored twice, and he's a new signing. He knows how to score, Warren. He knows where the goal is.
He does. I remember him at Celtic. He's scoring a regular.
He's at Celtic, exactly. He's very good. He's got an eye for goal. But I'm worried about the Villa game, man. I'm worried about the Villa game more because, they're not scoring at the moment, yeah? Like, they're finding it hard to score today. They're not banging in the goals.
Just remember what happened the last time that the Arsenal played Villa at the Emirates. We got turned over 3-0, and Jack Grealish destroyed Hector Bellerin.
Yeah.
You know? It was embarrassing, really. It really was. I'm just looking for something. Hold on a minute, mate.
Oh, I love that song. That song.
All right, here we go. Look, I've got the match stats and Palace's last game when they played Leicester at home. Right, in that game, right, Crystal Palace had 60% possession. Right, they had 18 shots on goal. 4 of them were on target, and they scored 2 of them. Right, so if they reproduce that against Arsenal, which is more or less just a little bit, a little bit worse than it was against Brighton. So what I mean by that is that Palace managed to get just a little bit fewer shots on target against Leicester than what Brighton did against us. So there's no reason why they couldn't replicate that. We're looking at like conceding at least 2 at home. And the only time we scored more than 1 goal at home was the game against Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? So, it's a big worry for me because I just don't think we can score. I think we've got a massive problem scoring goals because he's neglected the attack. The coaching of the team is all over the shop. The midfield is weak. Brighton dominated our midfield.
Man, they destroyed us, Warren. Destroyed us, man. God.
So James is saying, I think you guys will nick it. Also, we'll hear from some fans going over the top with the form you're currently in. Yeah, but what form, James? Because we've scored 5. We've scored 5 goals in 7 games. 3 of them was in 1, right? So in 7 games, we've managed to score. We've had 3 games where we scored a goal, 1 or more goals, right? That's appalling, shocking. We scored a scrambled goal at home to Norwich. We scored a set piece away at Burnley, and then 3 against Tottenham, who were absolute shambles at the time.
It was a disaster for them. Spurs were bad.
So I'm not impressed.
Either.
I'm not.
But don't worry about his league winner. He will destroy the fans that go over the top. The fans living in Dreamland, in Fantasy Island, they're like Never Neverland. It's like at the Never Never Ranch. League winner, absolutely decapitate them. So no problem.
Sorry, say that again.
I said the fans that go over the top, the form that we're currently in, like the fans that think if we beat Crystal Palace that we're the greatest team in the world. It's all right. Lee Gunner will be waiting in the wings for them. He'll take them to task in his next live stream. He'll take them to task, Warren. He'll grab them kicking and screaming back into reality. Come out of your dreams. Come out of Fantasy Island. Guys, listen. Myself and Warren, as fans, we've been around the block. Arsenal need to qualify for Europe this season. It's as simple as. You have your football, you can attract some better players. It's like success builds success. Read the Bill Gates book, guys. Educate your minds. Listen, I read the book. Now look, we need to win. We need to get back into Europe this season. The more success we have, the more success we're going to have. We're not going to get. We might have got Locatelli this season if we had Champions League football. We were looking to get Locatelli. He wanted the Champions League football. He wanted guarantee. We didn't even have European football. It is what it is.
All right. The other problem is the football is a small world. All right, it's a small world. It's really incestuous, and people talk. So Locatelli, when he's considering pondering over his next move, he's going to be calling his mates, right? And he'll be calling all those mates of his that play in England. And he's been saying, yeah, I've got this offer on the table from Arsenal. What do you think? And what do you think they're going to tell him? They're going to be telling him, don't touch Arsenal with the barge pole. They've got a manager there who doesn't know what he's doing. He can't coach the players properly.
Exactly.
There's a lot of unrest at the camp. Don't do it. They're not in the Champions League. They don't look like they're going to qualify even for Europe.
It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. I don't know.
No, it isn't, because we need... The thing is, in order for us to get back into Europe, we need to make a lot of changes, right? One of them being the manager. He's not the only problem at the club, not by a long shot. But he's a massive problem. All right? So, for me, the manager's got to go. He really has. And I didn't want to bring this up, but I'm going to. The other day, I was horrified at the abuse that Thierry Henry was getting for calling out Mikel Arteta and saying that he didn't think we were going in the right direction. But he was right, 100% right. And it proved to me these people who are backing Arteta aren't doing it for the right reasons. They're not doing it because they think he's a good coach. They're not doing it because they think he is the one to lead us forward. They're doing it because they effing fancy him. They fancy him. There's no other logic behind it. We got a bloody banner up at the Emirates saying, Mikel Arteta, the best looking Spaniard I know. What the hell has that got to do with whether or not he's good enough to be Arsenal coach or not? It's shocking. If I was working in that club, I'd be getting that bloody banner ripped down and burnt in the middle of the centre circle. It's embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? At least when Arsene Wenger was there, we'd have a banner up saying, in Arsene we trust, or Arsene knows. Not about what he looked like. It's embarrassing. What has that got to do with his ability to be a football manager? It's just an absolute joke. These club supporters are an absolute shambles. Yeah, I know. It's like, James, can you imagine what would have happened if people had started laying into Dixie Dean? So-called Everton fans had started abusing Dixie Dean. It wouldn't have happened. Your supporters are more intelligent than that. They wouldn't have started having to go at Dixie Dean. I guarantee you, if you surveyed 90% of Arsenal supporters who went to that game, the last home game, and asked them who Ted Drake was, they wouldn't even know. They wouldn't know who Ted Drake was. And that, for me, that says it all. But yeah, that abuse that Henry got was actually, in my opinion, was disgusting. So, yeah, let's get back to the football before I start losing it.
It also would not have happened to Big Duncan Ferguson. That's the comment I put up there. Imagine me hassling Duncan Ferguson. He wouldn't say no more about
there's a goal. There's a goal. Southampton 1, Leeds United 0. Armando Briola has scored for Southampton. There you go, mate. Southampton 1-0 up. Go on, there you go. We got a goal.
Get in there. Get in there. The comes in work. Get in there. Up into it. That's what Arsenal need. Bit of the Ben White magic. We need Ben White. What a player. Ben White.
Seriously, can you imagine any other club supporters having a go at arguably their club's greatest ever player?
Yeah.
Like the way that Henri's been had a go at. I'm staggered, mate. I shouldn't be, because the lengths that these clowns will go to support this clueless manager is just unbelievable. It really is. And you've got massive YouTube accounts backing him as well. He should know better. Some of them who in recent weeks have been saying no, Arteta's not good enough and that he needs to go. And then all of a sudden, after one good performance, they're spinning around again and saying, no, he's all right and he's doing a good job and all this crap. He's not doing a good job. He needs to go. And sadly, I think we're stuck with him.
For the foreseeable future, definitely. I agree with you. I mean, the powers that be are happy with this incompetent manager. So to get him out is going to be tricky for us.
I know.
But look, Villa are warming up nicely to the Arsenal game, guys. They're looking good. They've hit the Villa have hit the front, guys. Danny Ings, they're 1-0 up. So we face Crystal Palace on Monday. Yeah, match day 8, match day 9. We're playing Aston Villa on the Friday. They're going to be warming up nicely for that game, guys. They'll be warming up nicely for that game against Arsenal. Ings has scored, and Villa have hit the front against Wolves.
Well, there you go. There's another goal. It's time for you to do your thing, mate.
Go!
There you go. You see, you don't get a goal for ages, and then you get two come along at once.
Yeah. Like win. I'm going to be clean. There we go. It's like the bosses. You know what I mean? Right now, in the lashing rain, in Cork, and then two come along. You know what I mean? It's true what I say, and it's what I say. But Mikel Arteta, Ben White, Granit Xhaka, I mean, the lads, drop off the Caracas as well. We'll tough it up a bit. You know what I mean? Bring them down the gym. We'll show you something. You know what I mean? God, lads, life is quick on the old boat top. You know, you have to be fast. And Xhaka with his legs. His legs. You know the movie My Left Foot? You can make that about Xhaka, My Left Knee. You know what I mean? Or whatever knee it was. The movie My Left Foot. You could make that with Daniel Day-Lewis. You could make that about Xhaka. You know, about his knee. And Amazon, the documentary, could make a documentary about Xhaka. Now he's like Gandhi. You know what I mean? People think that Xhaka is like Mahatma Gandhi at the club. For me, he's more like Mother Teresa because he has no cojones. Anyway, keep that out of it, lads. That's an awful thing.
He's more like the bloody Titanic, mate. That's what he's like. Sink.
Yeah. He's like the captain. He's like the captain of the Costa Concordia. You remember the Costa Concordia? It went aground off the coast of Italy. The captain abandoned the sinking ship and he left everybody drowned. That's Xhaka. That is Granit Xhaka. Somebody called me a psycho on social media about a month ago. I think an Albanian woman. Of course, he's an Albanian honor. So he's one of these shippies. So she called me like a psycho because of what I said about Xhaka. You know what I mean? Sorry, love. I don't want to go into bed with him.
Where is he viewed in Albania? Do they actually like him, or what do they think about him?
Who
Do you
think
know?
about it? Who?
Huh? The Albanians.
They think he's, well, the Swiss, actually, you could say, because he plays for Switzerland. The Swiss think that he is as good as Roy Keane, I believe.
They think he's a what?
They think he's as good as Roy Keane. They think he's like Steven Gerrard. They think he's as good as Steven Gerrard. They think I'm the level of Roy Keane, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Emmanuel Petit, Patrick Vieira. They think he's at that level of the game. They think he's N'Golo Kante. I mean, he's far from N'Golo Kante. I mean, you know what I mean?
See this comment here from James. He said, I had a row on YouTube comments over James Rodriguez when he left the club to go to Qatar. This fella commented saying, I'm now supporting them now that Everton sold him. Some people can be a joke. You're absolutely right, mate. And, you know, the problem is that a lot of these people just haven't got bloody clue what they're talking about. They haven't. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, they just say things to cause a bit of controversy, really. And I make you right about James Rodriguez.
Keyboard warriors. I think they're called keyboard warriors. I think that's the term for them.
Yeah.
They're keyboard warriors. If I meet them outside the Emirates sometime, they'd be like that, like sheep. You know what I mean? And even if there was 6 of them, you wouldn't get the best of it. Trust me, lads.
Probably the problem is, mate, if they're probably none of them over the age of about 14. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? Because anyone who knows things about football will know that James Rodriguez wasn't good enough for Everton. He wasn't. He didn't do it at Real Madrid. He didn't do it at Everton. He did it for about 3 or 4 games when he first arrived, and after that, you know. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well said, James. 2-0 up. Yeah, it's looking good.
Well said, James. Well said, James. Keyboard warrior. Okay, I'm not.
2-0 up at Motherwell. So, yeah, that's good news.
Keyboard warriors, bye. Look at that comment there. Don't read it out. Don't read it out. You'll get me banned. Do not read it out. Keyboard warriors, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, James. Nice. I agree with you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They wouldn't know what to do with it.
Who said that? Who put that in? Who put that comment in?
James Dunlop.
Was it? Yeah, exactly. Well said, James. Fair play to you, mate.
He's got his finger on the pulse, Warren. He's got his finger on the pulse. I agree. Yes. They should respect everyone's opinions, but you know what the worst thing is? He's actually right, and we're actually right about Arteta. They need to respect people's opinions, firstly. Secondly, they're deluded. Come back to reality. You know what I mean? Firstly, they need to respect people. Secondly, they're 110% wrong. Tell you now, mate. You know what I mean?
Southampton have made a substitution. Apparently, they're bringing on Stuart Armstrong to replace Musa Djenepo. So it looks like they're trying to shore up the game so they can get their
consolidate it. Yeah, 1-0 will do. You know, like 1-0 to the Arsenal back in the day under George Young. Tell you about that.
Huge chance for Ashley Barnes. Sounds like Burnley are getting back into this game at Man City, mate. A huge chance for Ashley Barnes, just seconds after coming on. But it's straight as Black Stefan. That would have been some introduction.
Barnesy. Can't beat a bit of Barnesy. Turning on the fan there, guys, if you hear a little bit of background noise. It's getting a little bit hot. Hot over in the land of the rainforest.
Is it hot there?
Yeah, let's check this out.
It's not here. I'm telling you.
It's been very hot.
I had to have the heating on this morning.
Yeah, pretty hot the last 2 days.
It was cold.
It's been like, you know.
I've been playing Football Manager recently on my phone. at night. Been laying in bed playing Football Manager. That's been quite interesting.
Nice, huh?
Huh?
FIFA Mobile. You should check out FIFA Mobile. FIFA Mobile.
Yeah, I've got Football Manager. I've been playing that recently on my phone. So I'm just getting I'm getting everything set up for. It's like 2 years ago, 2019-20 season, I think it is. So I'm just setting everything up. Got the scouts out searching for players. Like put loads of people on the transfer list. Yeah, I've like sorting all the tactics out, sorting out all the training. It's wild. It's wild. I really agree with Jerry.
Get the call. Head over to Islington, the Emirates.
Yeah, that's true. I do agree with that. What James said. I really agree with Jerry. He's a big Arteta fan, but I respect his opinion. We can all have opinions, but keep it respectful. That's what people need to do. Yeah, absolutely, James. You don't need to be rude and disrespectful to people to get your opinion over.
At least if you disagree, meet the person in public and start to look the old-fashioned way,
Exactly. Did you see the fight last weekend? Sorry, I meant last week. Did you get up and watch it?
No.
Oh, yeah, I got up early to watch it, man. Bloody hell. What a fight that was.
Yeah. The Irish-English gypsy, he's a good fighter, huh? He's a good fighter, man. He's got a bit of Irish in him, he's got a bit of English in him, he's got a bit of Spanish, a bit of Scottish. He's a mix of everything. He's like a potato. But he's a big guy, He's a big guy. He can hit hard.
Is he like 6'7", 6'9", something like that?
He doesn't look, he's not ripped. He's not got a six-pack, but the guy is actually cardio. He has a lot of cardio. He has fitness. And he's a huge guy.
Yeah. I tell you what, mate, I wouldn't want to get in a ring with him. I know that.
But, he wouldn't beat Evander Holyfield. He wouldn't beat Mike Tyson. But he's a good boxer. He's the best there is now. But Evander Holyfield, you don't call him the real deal for nothing. You know what I mean? Evander Holyfield was the real deal Holyfield. But you need to be somebody like that to beat him. You need to be a guy that is huge. You need to have the same height as him. Because otherwise...
I'm just going to go around the games, mate. So, after 58 minutes, it's Aston Villa 1, Wolves 0. 63 minutes, it's Leicester 1, United 1. It's Manchester City 1, Burnley 0. Norwich 0, Brighton 0. And Southampton 1, Leeds United 0. So there you go, guys. It's there's not a fantastic amount of goals, but they're going in slowly but surely.
Yeah, just showing there my old Tyson Fury moves.
Yeah, and there's been another substitution. The Leeds has more kids than a primary school class, this fella's saying. Midfielder Adam Forshaw, the only option with a wealth of senior experience, is summoned by Bielsa and replaces club record signing Rodrigo. Forshaw has not played a league game since September 2019 because of a succession of injuries. That's interesting. So, looks like we've lost Old School. So, it certainly looks like he's heating up a bit. Bottom of the table, as it stands at present, Norwich is still sitting bottom with 1 point and a minus 14 goal difference. Newcastle are second bottom with 3 points and minus 8 goal difference. And Burnley are sitting third bottom with 3 points and a minus 6 goal difference. And then just above them, with 4 points is Southampton and a minus 5 goal difference. So, there you have it. It's like something else is happening. And Phil McNulty, the BBC Sport chief football writer, is at the King Power Stadium, and he's saying that Manchester United are struggling to get any sort of foothold in the game and will need to change something. But the worry for Leicester is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side of such talent in attack, they can always rescue these situations that they shown before this season. A real scramble in the Leicester area. Cristiano Ronaldo seeing a shot block before Mason Greenwood's poked effort is pushed away by Kasper Schmeichel. Sounds like it's hotting up there at the King Power.
Back again.
He's back again.
I was just at the bathroom, guys. Just had to take a pit stop.
No, you're all right, mate. It's fine.
Yeah, it's cool, huh? You like what I got going on here, Warren? You like what I got going on here? Look at Warren. Look at my hat.
Oh, wow.
Warren.
That's
Warren.
your old school hat, isn't it?
Look at my hat, Warren. Look at it's on my head, the way I position it.
Wow. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, exactly.
So just people that were the vicious rumors on social media, I do have hair. I do have hair, guys. I'm not hiding anything underneath this. I do actually have hair.
It's not a syrup, is it? James said, I watched the fight. Fury deserved it. I wouldn't dare be in the same ring as him. He's tough as hell. Absolutely right, James. He's a madman. He really is. And I'd fear for anyone getting in with a ring with him at the moment. I think they're being for a tough time of it if they did get in a ring with him, that's for sure.
He's an animal. Sorry about that there, guys. They're doing like construction next door. I just closed the door. All right. Let's have a look at it. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, there's not
Thank
much.
you to James again, by the way. To James for tuning in, and I appreciate it. Very good comment. Burnley done well to keep it at 1-0 at City. Yeah, they're playing at Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, and they've kept it at 1-0. They're doing well now. They're doing well to keep it at 1-0. A lot better than Arsenal did.
That's true.
We got absolutely annihilated, man. Annihilated. Guys, next weekend, guys, will come the second edition of our Score Center, Warren's Team Talk, the Old School Gunner together. And the Score Center is going to be on Warren's channel next weekend. So
exactly. So make sure you tune in next week. Anyone who's watching this on playback as well, make sure you put in the comments section what you think about the show. If there's anything else that you'd like us to do with it, and also let us know what your thoughts about the games are. Any interesting talking points that you thought the games brought up, things like that.
How you think Arsenal are going to do in the next two games, guys? Say how you think Arsenal are going to do in the next two games.
You're an Arsenal fan.
The next game, guys, we're home. 2 home games.
Let us know what you think about what's going to happen in the next 2 Arsenal games. We've got Palace at home on Monday, and then on Friday we've got, who is it on Friday?
Aston Villa.
Yeah, we've got Aston Villa at home on Friday. So some tough games coming up there for the Gunners. So we're interested to find out what you think.
And Villa look like they're going to get the win today, guys. They're 1-0. They look to me to be in cruise control. They're building up confidence for the next game against Arsenal. Danny Ings got to go for them, guys. He's a player Arsenal will have to watch. Warren, wake up.
I'm awake, mate.
Just
there's only 15, 20 minutes left. There's only 15, 20 minutes left now. So it's coming into the closing stages of the game.
Coming into the closing stages, guys. As it stands, Liverpool played 18 points. City, if they hold out for this victory, they'll be on 17 points. 1 game behind Liverpool, same games played. Then come Chelsea, of course, the game in hand, guys. If Chelsea win their game in hand, they're top. It's as simple as that. They're on 16 points. So Chelsea win the game and hand up top. Manchester United. Yeah, well, Leicester are pinning them back now, guys. It's 1-1. They're going to be on 15 points if it stays like that. If they manage to get a winner, they'll hit 17 points. They'll be on the same points as City. Brighton are up into 5th, guys. Everton are in 6th. I don't know how James Dunlop feels so far about Everton this season, but they're going well. I mean, you have to go all the way down to 11th place to find Arsenal. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. But it's a huge against
Aston Villa above us on goal difference, and Palace are 3 points behind.
Yeah, Villa now with this win actually 3 points. Yeah, before the game, it was like
if they win, if Palace win on Monday, they're going to go above us. Oh, there's been a goal. There's been a goal, and Man City has scored. Kevin De Bruyne has scored a second for Manchester City in the 70th minute at the City of Manchester Stadium. There you go, guys. That looks like it's game over now for Burnley. You can't really see them coming back from this, although they may do, but it'd be a major shock if they come back from this now.
Well, that's going to be hard for them. It's going to be hard. Yeah. Just waiting to get it through there on my system here. The old school gunner over in America, where he does best, and doing YouTube as well at the same time. What do I do best? That's for you guys. No.
Make sure, everyone, whether you're watching on playback or you're watching live, make sure you put a like on this video. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to the Old School Gunners channel, and also come and subscribe to Warren's Team Talk channel as well. And there's another goal. Another goal. And this one's at Villa Park. And Villa have gone 2-0 up against Wolves in the West Midlands derby. And that looks like it's sewn up the points for Villa. Yeah. So, yeah, they're 2-0 up now. And that victory will see them move 3 points clear of Arsenal. And it will, depending on how the results go, yeah, well, they will, at the end of today, if that happens, they'll move up to 7th. But Brentford, depending on what happens between Brentford and Chelsea, they could stay there. But, yeah, it all depends what happens in the Brentford game. Otherwise, they could be down back down to. But, yeah, they're going to move up the table.
Yeah, if Chelsea win, they're top. If Chelsea win, they go top.
Yeah.
It's nice to be in control of your own destiny, and that is the thing that Arsenal, I think, would like to have. All Arsenal fans, we're never in control of destiny. Chelsea, things happen for them. If they win, they go top. You know, that's like I said, Warren. The differences between, I don't like the contrast and compare. You can help build comparisons to our rivals across London. If they win, they go top. And look at us, scrapping from the table.
You're right. You're right. No.
The decline of the club. I mean, man. And it's not all about money, you know. It's about, you know, we don't have
so
that.
James Maddison's been substituted.
I mean, look at Brighton's manager. Look at Brighton's manager.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's got them playing, man.
The bar is not telling, man. The bar is not telling.
So the Foxes have brought on Ayos Perez for
Leicester going for the win, guys. Leicester pushing for the win.
James Maddison.
Leicester are pushing for the win. Because they only play one way, Warren. They only play one way. It's all or nothing with them. I know for myself now for a fact that they are put for the win. They always have. They've got 17 minutes to go. They'll get United on the rack. There's going to be a few chances. They're going to push for the win. Leicester don't like to draw. If they can get to 3 points, they should look at the mentality of Leicester.
It looks like there may have been a goal. Looks like John McGinn might have scored. Yeah, he scored in the 68th minute.
Wow,
he scored
good comment here from James Dunlop. Huh? Check this one out.
Yeah, that's the goal I was talking about earlier. So,
Interesting comment. And United drop points today. Everton tomorrow, they go into the top 4. Both Liverpool teams in the top 4. Very interesting. They're going well. Everything are going well. They got rid of James and they're playing. Simple as that. I actually thought he was a good. They got rid of the name and the reputation sometimes, and don't actually look beyond it and see that what he produced was, still what Ben White is producing for Arsenal. So for anyone who doesn't know, Warren and me have joined the Ben White out fan. He's our new hit figure. Now we're after. It's not Arteta we're after right now at this moment. We're after Arteta and Edu too, and Kroenke. But right at this moment, it's Ben White we're after. We've changed our focus to Ben White. He's the one the Arsenal fans want. And we're not,
Benjamin,
yes, man.
Benjamin Bunny.
Oh, sorry, Benjamin. My apologies. His name is Benjamin, guys. Don't call him Ben White. Doesn't like it. He's Benjamin Button. Not Benjamin Bunny. Benjamin Button. He's Benjamin.
Oh, what a save from David De Gea. Tipping Yuri Tillemans carefully placed shot onto the post. The Belgium international created the chance after nicking the ball away from the Manchester Matic. There you go. Looks like
incredible time. Tillemans, Leicester, top guys. I told you they're going for the win, guys. They made that substitution. They're going for the 3 points. They're the home side, guys. Wonderful performance there, Leicester. Sloppy defending from United at the back. They
absolutely shocking. So it looks like Old School's frozen. Yeah, so the way things are going at the moment.
Hola, amigos. Hola, amigos. Hello?
Cristiano Ronaldo nearly scored.
Cristiano. Just call him by his
12 yards out. He's pushed over the bar by Kasper Schmeichel. But he was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted in any case.
He's offside. He was offside as well a few years ago over in New York. Anyway, I was said about that. That was in the nightclub. And that wasn't on the pitch. I'm not going to say any more about that. My business. Anyway, but look, it's like Cristiano. He loves to be called Cristiano. It's like, Cristiano. You know what I mean? Cristiano. He loves to be called Cristiano. And when he was at Madrid, they called him Cristiano, called Benzema Big Benz. Yeah. Big Benz, Cristiano. And the commentator was like that. The commentator was like this. It was Radio Wildlife kind of thing. Cristiano! And then Big Benz! Yeah, it was fantastic commentary. I would like to do something like that. I'm like,
and Leicester have almost scored again. Seconds after coming on. Patson Daka is played in by Jamie Vardy and forces David De Gea into making another save. This one low down to his left. Gee, no, there's no exaggeration to say, everyone, that Leicester could be like 3 or 4 up in this game. And there's a goal. There's a goal. Ben Gibson frees him up.
2-1 Leicester, guys. 2-1 Leicester. They've done it.
But it's comfortable for the Brighton keeper. Oh, it looks like it was saved.
2-1 Leicester.
Oh, Leicester 2-1.
Leslie.
And Kagler Soyuncu, the 78th minute.
Yeah, it looks like flying to Leicester was a bad idea. Yeah. It looks flying there was a bad idea.
So they're 2-1 up.
You know what I mean? It didn't help them.
They're 2-1 up. That'd be a massive relief. Massive relief to Brendan Rodgers if it stays like that.
I knew they were going to push for the victory. Ole is at the wheel and he's in control.
Listen,
he's not.
Ole's in trouble, man. Big time. If he loses this, I think there could be serious questions being asked.
Let me just check the league table now. If it stays like this, then United will slip from 14 points. Or slipping. Yeah, they would slip down to 5th. Interesting.
If we win on Monday, they're
Good
saying
for Everton. This is good for Everton. Huh? This is good for James Dunlop.
Win Monday.
Good for Everton.
We could end up being 1 point behind United.
Yeah.
That is mad. It's mad.
Yeah. That'd be funny. Yeah, we come from relegation to 1 point. We were down in last place to 1 point behind United.
Exactly.
But we know that Palace are going to beat us, so that's not going to happen. La 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 la.
Here's the betting that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets sacked by Manchester United, then gets put in position at Newcastle.
Oh my God. God almighty. And then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's body is found out in Saudi Arabia in a shallow grave. That's what will happen then.
And Alan Hutton saying that goal's been coming, and he's right, it has been. Because they've been knocking on the door. Yeah. They've been knocking on the door.
If it wasn't for De Gea, it would have come out sooner. But the defence, they're at 6s and 7s. Harry Maguire, he doesn't know is he coming or is he going, as we say back in dear old Ireland. He doesn't know is he coming or going or is he gone. He doesn't know is he animal, vegetable, or mineral. He just has no clue. He's out there and he's like, what's going on? And the ball is in the back of the
right, and moving to the top 4. My God, that's bonkers.
Right then, oh, what they did to Arsenal, man. They had 22 shots on target. They're a decent team. If only Brighton could get a goal scorer, I think they could win the league.
They're 0-0 at Norwich.
They're a serious team, man. Yeah, still.
Timo Pukki's in. He's about to shoot. Dan Burn with a last-ditch sliding tackle. Superb defending again. Pukki can't believe it. See, there you go. You see, that's the tale of the afternoon.
Comment here from James Dunlop again. I bet Cristiano Ronaldo will be livid again.
He's not going to be happy.
He's not a happy camper.
That's available for Leicester. No, I can't. Smashed it wide across. He's right, because the thing is, like Ronaldo, if they lose again, which looks like they probably will after what's happened today, they lose again, he's going to be like asking questions of the ball. What are you doing? How much longer are we going to have to put up with this shite?
Mm.
You know, he's not going to be happy at all.
No. He came to win, Martin. He came to win. He wants to win.
It's 2-2. Leicester 2, United 2. Equaliser, Marcus Rashford scores in the 82nd minute to pull it back to 2-2 for United. Oh my God. That is remarkable.
2-2 guys. It's 3-2. Leicester have gone 3-2 up. Vardy has scored.
Rashford. He got told that he had to focus on his football.
It's 3-2, guys. Vardy has scored.
No, it's 3-2 now.
3-2 to Leicester. Go!
And 3-2. Jamie Vardy. Oh, my word. There you go.
3-2. Ronaldo is going to be going.
There's only 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes to go. Oh my God.
The boxes are moving nicely. I think Leicester are going to hold out, but it's all for the Red Devils, guys. They're going to have to pick themselves up and push forward for the last couple of minutes. It's a hard thing. It's a hard task for them. It's a lot to ask, guys. It's 3-2. Incredible. I mean to say, he smashed that one in. He just smashed it in. Oh my God. Intro, guys. He's cracking up. Ole's cracking up. But he's still at the wheel, guys. He's still at the wheel. See, sing the song, everybody.
It's absolutely mad.
Everybody sing the song. I want James to sing the song wherever he is as well. Warren, sing along with me. He's cracking up, he's cracking up, he's cracking. Ole's cracking up. Oh, Wolves have scored 2-1.
Who scored?
Wolves. 2-1. James has got his finger on the pulse.
Goal! Here we go. It's a goal.
Oh no, Wolves have scored. Sorry, it's 2-1. Sorry. Villa win 2-1. Might get pegged back. They might get pegged back. Goal!
Wow.
Sorry, 2-1 to Villa. But Wolves have got one back. It's going to be an interesting one. Pressure on Villa now, guys. I mean, it's time now for as Alex Ferguson used to call it, all knows himself. I've got a bit of a red nose myself, but not like him. Squeaky bum time. We're going into the squeaky bum time, guys. It's squeaky bum time. And yeah, definitely they need to be careful. Leicester too, though, they need to watch out because United, they're hungry for that goal. Rashford, I wouldn't underestimate him. Vardy, a fantastic goal from Vardy. He absolutely let rip. He flew into the incredible finish. Just after United had equalised, he's breaking their hearts. They find themselves a goal down again. And psychologically, it's a real blow to United. They just got level, and now it's down again. They're one behind. They're going to slip down to 50s, and Leicester are powering forward. Leicester are moving up, guys. It says like this: they move above Arsenal. Arsenal to 12th, Warren. Arsenal to 12th.
That's shocking.
Leicester's form is a little bit patchy, right? They need this victory. Leicester needed 3 points. They were down below before. They were 12th to 13th. But I'm going to move up to 11th. Because of his hair. He's been booked because of his hair, Warren. It's the hair.
Paul Pogba has been booked.
He got booked because of his hair. I saw last weekend. It was bad. I saw France against Spain in the Nations Cup final. I saw Pogba's hair. Can he get booked because of his hair? It looks like it's happened. Paul Pogba has been booked because of his hairstyle, guys. It can happen. Crimes against fashion.
So, the goal for Wolves came from a chap called Daniel Podence.
Oh, yeah.
No, he pulled the ball across the 6-yard book from Romain Sace. So they've got less than 10 minutes to grab the equaliser now. So let's quickly go around the grounds and see what the scores are. So we've about 7 minutes to go in the games. It's Villa 2, Wolves 1.
Yeah.
Leicester 3, Manchester United 2. Man City 2, Burnley 0. Norwich 0, Brighton 0. But there's only 2 minutes left in that game. And Southampton 1, Leeds 0. And they're into added time now.
Oh, it's added time now. 92nd minute. Yeah. Looks like a win for Southampton. 3 points for Southampton.
Exactly.
And look at their league position. They badly need that win. They'll be up to 15th with that win on 7 points. They've only had 4 points all season before this. 7 games, 4 points. Now they'll be up to 7 points. It's only, I think that could be only their second win of the season. They need that victory. United, they're looking in trouble. Everton, it could be a good day for them if they win, like James was saying. Brighton are in the top 4. Yeah, and it's Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Brighton. But if Chelsea win their game in hand, they'll be at 19 points. Oh, it's 2-2 at Villa. 2-2. Villa 2, Wolves 2.
Oh, it's a goal. Villa 2, Wolves 2. Connor Cody grabs an equaliser for Wolves. Oh,
Wolves
my
need
goodness.
a point, guys. They need a point. They need to get something out of it. Villa against Arsenal, maybe they're not looking so confident now. Their defense a bit, it doesnn't look watertight. Cody has scored. 2-2.
That's incredible.
It's Villa 2, Wolves 2, guys. Wolves will come back from 2 down. We'll say to go to point.
5 minutes to go.
Villa are looking a bit shaky at the back. Maybe that's good for Arsenal. We'll see.
Exactly. Let's hope so. And there's been a goal at Leicester. They're 4-2 up now.
Oh, always at the wheel, always at the wheel. 4-2 Leicester, game, set, match.
It should be this late
the Foxes have put their men out the bed, guys. They put them to sleep.
And Ollie's looking pensive on the bench. He's absolutely fuming.
I'm still saying 3-2 here, but I don't think they've had time to update it because they come right at the end. It's time on you, might imagine. I tell you. Yeah, it's 4-2. United are crumbling. Though, don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're putting it on the BBC side now.
Just the process.
Leicester 4, Man United 2. Patson Daka scores for Leicester.
Oh, Daka with the goal.
That should be the points in the bag now for Leicester.
It was Daka with the ball and Daka with the goal. That's what it looked like to me. Incredible finish from the man. Incredible. De Gea had no chance, but in fairness, he saved him. He has saved United up to this point. But he couldn't stop that man, Vardy. And Daka took him to Skool. He looked one way and he put the ball the other. And Alex Ferguson, I'm just not happy about this. Old Red Nose himself. I'm sure he's not happy about it. Trust the process, you fans. Trust the process. 4-2 now, guys. United are pumping in my teeth. Very nice. All right, guys. I meant to be non-biased, I think, in this show. I'm kind of losing the plot of it. I think I meant to be non-biased. Mara needs to reel me in a bit. Mara, you need to control me.
You're fine, mate. You carry on.
Mara, you need to rein me back in.
No, man. You just carry on.
It's 4-2 down to Leicester, guys.
You enjoy yourself, buddy.
What's going on? You know what I mean? And when I'm in the studio, like this is my studio, yeah, I'm in the I am the man.
Yeah.
And look at this, 3 people watching. We've had 3 or 4 people watching all along. I think we can say it's been a success.
Raheem Sterling makes it more than Riyad Mahrez always says him. It's just that intercepted. So there you go. It's coming to the end now, and it's finished at Southampton. Southampton have beaten Leeds by 1-0.
Good win for them. They needed that. They needed 3 points. More pressure on the Leeds manager. More pressure on the Leeds manager. The fans have been. The Leeds fans have been disgruntled recently, and this is more pressure on it. Tough time for Bielsa. We have to see the way it works out.
I think Southampton is above Leeds now in the table.
They only had 4 points. They only had 4 points before this. They have 7. Great day's work for them. They can be delighted. I would be delighted if I was a Southampton player, coach, or fan. Great win for them. Great win. Rangers won, Hearts won. Celtics our side, you know what I mean?
That's a good win. That's a good draw for the Celtic.
For Hearts,
yeah. Not happened for Cristiano Ronaldo. Telling you that
he thought he was going to hit a hat-trick in every game this season. He thought before the game that United were going to be the Invincibles this season. When Ronaldo joined United, he was talking about them being like the Invincibles, going the whole season unbeaten. Yeah, that's disappointing for him. That's disappointing for Cristiano.
It's finished at Norwich. It's finished 0-0 between Norwich and Brighton, and it's also finished at the City of Manchester Stadium, where it's ended Manchester City 2, Burnley 0. So there's just 2 games left to finish, and that's Leicester against Manchester United.
That's all. That's over already. That was over at half-time. The Leicester game was over as soon as Vardy smashed it past the hair, and Arteta's head just dropped. You could see, and Ole's head. You could see Solskjaer's whole body kind of went like this. He kind of crumbled. When Vardy smashed it in,
he was absolutely fuming.
He went like that when the ball went in. It's like he had some problem.
Watching it on a stream here, and he was not happy at all, mate. His face, he was absolutely fuming.
Incredible finishes there at the end.
Oh,
But Leicester, I said it, guys. Leicester are the most dangerous team at that.
The Leicester fans are talking Harry Maguire.
What's the score? 4-2. Or 4.
Harry was the score.
You know what I mean? Cristiano Ronaldo was saying he thought United were going to be the Invincibles this season. Go the whole season unbeaten. It doesn't look like it now. It doesn't.
It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, they were going to go the whole season unbeaten. Ronaldo was going to make United the whole season unbeaten. Ronaldo was going to go, and United were going to leave.
The thing is, if they had a half-decent coach, they potentially could have gone the whole season unbeaten, but not with that clown in charge.
But Liverpool still have a better team.
Yeah.
And Chelsea too. Chelsea used all very efficiently.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't slip out of the top 4. I wouldn't surprise me if they didn't make the top 4 this year, because I don't think they're all that. I think they got similar trouble to Arsenal, and the midfield's really weak.
Yeah, I agree. It's all looking too good for them. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So games finished at the King Power Stadium, and Leicester have won by 4 goals to 2. Still going on between Villa and Wolves. It's 2-2 still at the moment.
Training session for Leicester in the end, to be honest.
Do you know,
yeah.
That defeat for United today brought to an end a 29-game unbeaten run away from home.
Wow. Crazy.
So there you go. There's a lot of people in the comments on the BBC website saying that Ollie's got to go. So God knows what's going to happen on Monday when he has to go and speak to the owners, because I'm sure he'll be getting called to a meeting to explain what happened. So there might be a few managerial casualties this week, mate.
There could well be. I mean, the way it's looking.
So I might have to get a few more applications in, mate.
With Arsenal's problems this season, we tend to be focusing on what's happening with Arteta and the club right now. But United looked like they were going okay, and now it looks like, again, the wheels are coming off. Like with Arsenal, we know.
Well, there was a bit of a couple of games after Ronaldo joined the club. There was a bit of it appeared to be a bit of a disagreement or falling out between Ollie and Ronaldo, wasn't there?
Yeah, big time. And Ronaldo was very, very unhappy. He was very unhappy. And they weren't starting him then. I mean,
off in the dressing room, didn't he?
Yeah, and arguably, I mean, I don't know, can you say Ronaldo is the best player at United? I think he is an incredible player, but he can change the game in the blink of an eye.
Ruben Neves has got a free kick late on in the game. I wonder if that's going to change anything. Let's just wait and see what happens with that.
United came up against a good team today, though. We shouldn't.
No, but that's true. They did. And
let's also say that Leicester at home, guys, are a very good team. I mean, it's not like United came up against. It's not like United struggled and lost 2-0 to Brentford. Leicester are a serious team. I mean, they are. And when they hit overdrive in the last 20 minutes, they make the substitutions. They have a fantastic manager, a much better manager than United. But Leicester are a serious team, so people bear that in mind also before they split the tummy.
Wolves have won! Oh my God!
Oh, they beat Villa.
Wolves have scored. Aston Villa 2,
Wolves 3. Wow, they were 2-0 down. 2-0 down.
They were 2-0 down and Wolves won it in injury time. Ruben Neves in the 95th minute. Wow, there you go.
Incredible. 2-0 down. They won 3-2.
Yeah, they were 2-0 down to Villa, and they've won 3-2.
Wow. It looks good. Maybe I can do something against them. They're not so
They
solid
must
in
have
the back.
scored that free kick I was saying about.
Wow.
Remember, I was saying that they had a free kick in the dying minutes of the game.
That's 3-2. 5 minutes of extra time had been played. They scored in the 90 minutes. They were 2-0 down. Back to 3-2.
Exactly.
Incredible.
It's all over. Wolves have won. The West Midlands derby by 3-2.
Wow.
So there you go, man.
That means they overtake Arsenal.
What Wolves do?
Yeah.
God almighty.
By a point. By one point.
Benjamin Bunny, you'd be happy with that.
James is heading off. I just want to thank you to James. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your comments.
Yeah, thanks.
See you next time.
James.
The rest of your weekend, yeah. And best of luck to Everton. Best of luck to Everton.
We'll be thinking about you, mate. Good luck.
We'll be thinking about you. Best of luck.
Thanks for coming in to see us.
There's more than one team in Liverpool, James. There's more than one team in Liverpool. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and good luck in the game. Take it easy.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see you soon, James. Take care, buddy.
Take it easy. Respect from the OSG. That's me, the OSG. You know what I mean? Me. I'm so confident. It's unbelievable.
There's only one OSG.
Okay, Warren, just wanting to tell you, if you see any like large spiders or anything behind me, just let me know. Yeah? Because you're my eyes now. You're my eyes. If anything is creeping up on me from out of the jungle,
yeah, don't worry. I'll let you know, mate.
Well, I'll just do this. I'll just throw the hat up there. I'll throw the hat. Take him out. Then I'll just UFC him. I'll UFC him. I'll get him on the ground. Well, guys, incredible run of games there. Incredible run of results.
Yeah, it was a bit slow to get going, but when it did, it just exploded.
Yeah, like the internet connection. The Wi-Fi connection is much better now. I don't know what. Much. Just going to take a stop, guys. Back. I'll be back in a second. Come on, baby. Yeah, I just love when that happens. Okay.
Yeah, so the old school's just having a quick break. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Yeah, please remember to let us know what you thought about the games that we covered today. And please remember to let us know what you think is going to happen in the rest of the games this weekend. We've got Brentford playing Chelsea shortly. And what's the other games? Let me just have a quick look. Hold on a minute. I'm just going to check that. Okay, so we've got Brentford and Chelsea at 5:30. And then tomorrow we've got Everton against West Ham at 2:00. And then at 4:30 we've got Newcastle against Tottenham. So, and then on Monday, obviously, there's the big one. That's Arsenal against Crystal Palace. So, yeah, that's an 8:00 kickoff. Newcastle Tottenham game that kicks off at 4:30 at St James's Park. So that will be, obviously, there'll be a rugby scrum of media at that game, I would imagine. So, yeah, tell us what you think about the games that we covered today. Also, please remember to let us know what you think is going to happen in the 2 upcoming games this weekend. And, yeah, that'd be really interesting. And please don't forget to subscribe to the Old School Gunners channel and put a like on the video. And please remember to come over to my channel, which is Warren's Team Talk. and put a like on the video and look a like on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel. The sorts of things that I've got on there, I did a series where I looked at see who was England's most successful football club, and also I do one where I tell you about some of the grounds that I've visited throughout my life watching football. And I also do videos about the Arsenal and issues to do with Arsenal Football Club. So, as I'm sure you can imagine at the moment, that keeps you really busy because there's always some drama or mayhem surrounding Arsenal at the moment. So, yeah, I was just telling the people to make sure they subscribe to your channel and put a like video and sort of bigging up my channel as well. And and asking them to tell us what they thought about the games that we covered this afternoon and about the remaining games that are left this weekend. So that'll be interesting. Oh, yeah, don't forget to tell us what you thought about Liverpool smashing Watford 5-0 today in Claudio Ranieri's first game in charge. It was a bit of a baptism of fire for him, really.
It's been tough. It's been tough. He's back in the Premier League.
Yeah, back with a bang.
Back to get hammered by Liverpool. Back to get hammered by Liverpool. But he's an incredible coach. I mean, once he settles in, he's a good coach. The team they have, the squad, hard to say. But like Warren's saying, guys, subscribe to both our channels, Old School Gutter and Warren's Team Talk. Important, guys, to click the notifications bell, notified every time we upload. A lot of people, they subscribe and don't click on the bell. Click on the bell and you get notified every time we're online or we do an upload. So you can take part, you can join in, with the content we produce. We're producing a lot of quality content at the moment. As you see, Warren's the brainchild of Warren. Warren's great idea to start Score Centre on us Saturday when the game's playing. Next weekend, we're going to be on his channel doing it. We do it so on and so forth. I will be doing a little watch along on Monday on my channel, but at the weekend I'll be on Warren's channel, and we'll be doing just like today, putting his channel on the map, just like he has helped with my channel on the map. I just want to say in front of everyone, obviously I'm going to say it to Warren offer too. I just want to thank Warren very much for his help and support. I mean it. I'm being sincere. Thank you for everything, Warren. I really, really appreciate it. It is what it is, guys. He's a good man. He's a supportive person. He supports other YouTubers. You can call me a friend, Warren. You can call me friend, Warren. I'll give you the honor of using the word friend.
It is an honor as well, mate. Believe me.
An Irish does not give that lightly, Warren. An Irishman does not give that lightly. Take the compliment. Take it. Maybe you could manage United. Would you like to manage United? I heard you're looking for a man.
Take them down, mate.
Take them down to the Take them down to the championship.
Goes back years, mate. Years. So like the 70s. So all those clashes with them in the 70s. Yeah, not my favourite club in the world.
I just don't like their fans and the fans' attitude, I'll be honest.
It's not the fans, it's just the way under Ferguson he destroyed the ethos of the club. Right? Because they had all this tradition playing open, attractive football and playing football the right way. When he came in, he turned them into this like dirty, aggressive, like this left a bad taste in my mouth. And summed it all up for me is that game when they ended our unbeaten run in the 49th game. Yeah. The way that game was refereed was an absolute disgrace. They should have had at least 4 players sent off. Right? And I'll name them. Rio Ferdinand, Gary Neville, Wayne Rooney, and possibly Phil Neville as well.
Rooney is a scumbag. All Scholes as well.
Absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace, man. They were like kicking our players up in the air, Like, they weren't even anywhere near the ball, and they were like manhandling them, and the referee just allowed it to happen. It's absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was. Do you know what it was like? It was like that game in the 60s when Chile played Italy in the World Cup. You ever seen the footage from that one? 1962, I think it was. I think it was.
I have. It was like they call it the Battle of Santiago.
It was bonkers.
It's called the Battle of Santiago or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. It was mayhem.
You had to keep
the police had to be called onto the pitch to separate the players because they were brawling.
Yeah.
You know, and because if we'd gone into the game with the same attitude as the United players, that's what would have happened.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure you've seen the Diego Maradona fight, but I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. Yeah, I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. You can watch the fight in that game. I'm sure maybe you've seen it, but it was literally like every man for himself. And just keep your legs up and keep your boots up and just try to survive. But I'll send you it. It was really, if you went around, you could get seriously hurt. I mean, every player had to try to keep on their feet. It was just the most crazy fight. I mean, a real fight. If you did that outside there on the street, you would be arrested. Except in Caracas, they wouldn't do anything. But in
he wouldn't back down from a fight.
No,
he wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? He's more than capable and willing to look after himself.
He started the fight, I remember, but I'll send you the clip and you can see for yourself. It's good quality, so you can see what's going on. But he started a bit of it. In fairness, he did something that was uncalled for. You see what he did, and it was just to that man. It was just a free for all. I mean, every man for himself. Forget your UFC and forget your kickboxing. You need more than that to survive this. Trust me. I mean, you'd want to be. Not even Norma Gumidove, not even Conor McGregor would laugh this one off, guys. This was a serious fight.
That's why I like the Aussie rules football, because they just let them get on with it. They just let them go on with it. And, you know, you can have a game going on and there can be a fight, massive, huge brawl going on, and a game of football break out. That's what it's like. It's madness.
Yeah.
And I remember years ago, I was going to play for a team based in London called the London Hawks. And I got invited to go to this party they were having somewhere in South London. And I turned up and I went up to the function room where they were going to be having the party. And I got introduced to the players. And I'm not joking, mate. There was one player who was less than 6'5", 6'6". And there's me rocking up, just like 5'11", 6 foot. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'm not really sure this is a good idea. If I end up playing this game, I could end up getting seriously injured, like really badly injured, because these fellas, they were not only really tall, they were like massive fellas. Do you know what I mean?
A bit like a house, huh?
Yeah, exactly. A certain type of house as well. I think we'll leave it at that. But honestly,
I'm not going to comment on it, because it's
exactly. But you know,
big,
it was a madness, absolute madness. So I sort of gave that one the swerve, to be honest. Yeah, make sure Old School Gunner there. Make sure you subscribe to his channel
and turn on the notifications, and also subscribe to Warren's channel, Warren's Team Talk. Don't forget to turn on the notifications, guys. I don't know does Warren want to stay online, or does he have somewhere? Do you have something planned now? Do you need to go? We can talk for 10 or 15 minutes, but if you need to,
I can stay for a little while, mate.
Yeah, a little while. But you let me know then when you need to go, and we can call it up, because I'm free and easy at the moment. You know, I'm just watching out for the big spiders. But if you see any big spider behind me, let me know. Yeah? If you see anything dropping from the ceiling,
you need to get a cat, mate.
If it's not the size of my hand, don't bother me with it. But if it looks like it's the size of my hand, or something big and menacing, or a snake moving around, just
do you get snakes out there, man?
Yeah, we found one there, like at my father-in-law's. He's living in Belamonte, and on the other side of Caracas. Snake outside, but the cat killed it, you know. The cat killed it.
Cat,
There's
that
like
would get rid
15
of
cats.
spiders, man.
The cats have killed it.
But seeing
Now,
spiders
the homeless cats,
the
they
size of your hand, I'm not sure they'll be able to deal with that. But like the little ones that'll eat them.
they're only they're in the Amazon. They're only in the jungle, you know. But they're
Right.
in the city. You don't see them like that. Small. But the cockroach are colossal. I mean, it would put the wind up here. I'm telling you, man. It would put the wind up here. And I'm a man. I mean, I'm not a fairy boy. If you saw the size of them, and they're
I've
so
worked that one out.
their legs are like, you know what I mean? Their legs are like, they're so quick on the ground. You're just not safe. I'm telling you, man. They're rapid. Their legs are explosive. And
You don't
they
have
say
a-
this
you
in
don't have-
fear.
You don't have mouse problem or rat problem there, though, do you? Not like we do in London.
No,
Like,
well, there
it's
was
like an epidemic in London, like the mouse situation, you know?
the population as well as, I mean, and the rubbish and the sewage and in London. London is one of the largest cities in the world. It's just a massive. You know more than me. London is huge. I mean, the area of London. Of course, there's going to be.
The thing is, in London, they reckon you're
Numerous
never
foxes.
fallen about a metre away from a mouse. I just think, what? A metre? You know what I mean? It's mad.
There's a lot of squirrels and a lot of foxes in London. A lot of foxes.
Yeah, we get loads of foxes near where I live, right, out in Kent. It's you can hear them at night.
You're very close to London. I mean, you're very close to London. I mean, you're not far. What is it, like 20 minutes by car?
25, 30 minutes.
It's close, right?
I
mean, it's close.
We've got more foxes than mice here.
But you wouldn't be far from Croydon. No, you wouldn't be far from Croydon. You wouldn't be far from Croydon.
No, I'm not far from Croydon.
What a place. That's a tough area, Croydon.
Oh, Croydon is mad.
What a reputation, man. It makes Peckham look like Disneyland. Right now. It's true, Peckham.
My mate Johnny used to live in Peckham, and not Peckham, in Croydon. And some of the things that he used to see going on there, it was just bonkers.
I was living in Peckham. Peckham was alright, you know. A lot of Yardies, a lot of Jamaicans, you know, a lot of them. The Rasta man, you know, a lot of these guys. But Peckham was alright. But I used to go home at midnight and I would have to walk through a park, you know, across the green, Colossal Park, actually, in Peckham, Colossal Park. And then I used to, by Gordon Road, I don't know, do you know Peckham at all, but Gordon Road. So I used to walk along there, but at night it was grand, be a couple of guys out smoking a bit of weed, you know, on the swings, just swinging around, but they'd lie back and smoke their weed and there'd be never a problem, you know. A couple of Nigerians out there, tough guys, but it's a big area. I mean, it's highly populated. Peckham is big. You know, from Nunhead all the way to the other side, to the Old Kent Road, and the area in between, Peckham is big. You know, from the Old Kent Road to Nunhead. Huge area. I mean, huge. But the housing, you know, it is what it is. But it's not the houses, it's the people in it, as they say. But the Prince of Peckham pub, rocking on a Saturday night. The Prince of Peckham. I used to walk past after work. I'd be going on my way home. You know, with COVID and everything, I want to go in there, man. People are drunk. It doesn't make sense. But home to the wife, that's where I went. And then the foxes would chase me along the road. There was like 4 or 5 foxes by the park. And they run so fast, so much faster than a dog. Foxes are so quick. It's like, wow.
Man, it's bonkers, isn't it?
But London is so big. It took all the land. And of course, it took the land that the foxes were living in because the city spread. You know, the areas in between that the foxes were living in, London expanded into it. So it's like a wildlife sanctuary living in London. You know what I mean, though? It's just got so big.
I do, mate.
It's so big. It's 600 square miles, Warren. 600 square miles.
That's mad.
You know how big New York is? 450 square miles.
Really? Like, didn't realise it. Yeah, it was bigger
Much
than
more
New
spread
York.
out, yeah, but New York is dense. But
Mm.
London is spread out like another 150 square miles of city. New York is actually quite compact, quite small. Not like Los Angeles, but it's
Mm.
incredibly populated. I mean, New York is dense. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Not like Calcutta, but it's dense.
Yeah, that looks absolutely
Yeah,
possible.
I was never there, but they have a couple of rats. That's what I heard. Two-legged and four-legged.
God, I mean, oh mate,
Yeah.
oh dear, oh dear.
Very
So,
well,
what did you
guys.
think about this afternoon? Did you enjoy it, mate?
I enjoyed it very much, and I hope everybody watching enjoyed it. But I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Yeah. I enjoyed it, and I hope everybody enjoyed watching it. And next weekend, I'm looking forward to guesting on Warren's channel, and repaying the favor. And it's going
Should
to be
we
fun.
just
I
quickly?
enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. People are entertained.
Yeah,
Like the
I'm just
people
gonna
out there watching,
see.
are you entertained? Let us know.
I'm just gonna have a look see if I can see the league table.
I can
Right.
see it.
So Liverpool are top. Man
Yeah.
City are second. Right. Liverpool are top with 18 points. Right.
Yeah.
Man City are second with 17. Chelsea are third on 16. Brighton are fourth. Yeah. Brighton are fourth with 15. Man United are down to fifth on 14. Everton, if they win, will go up to second equal.
Yeah.
Got West Ham at home.
17 points.
Yeah. Brentford are seventh. If they win that game against Chelsea, they could go up to fourth. Well, they will go up to fourth because they've got a better goal difference already. Wolves have got 12 points. Tottenham are on 12. West Ham are on 10th with 11. Leicester are in 11th with 11 points. Villa are 12th on 10 points. Then it's Arsenal on 13th with 10 points.
We're down to 13th now. My God.
Yeah. And Palace are 14th with 7 points. If they win on Monday, they'll go above us and push us down to 14th. Southampton are in 15th place with 7. Watford are 16th with 7 points. Leeds are 17 points with in 17th place on 6 points. Newcastle are 18th with 3 points. Burnley are in 19th place with 3 points. And Norwich are rooted to the bottom on 2 points. So there you go.
Yeah, what's crazy is that Newcastle were bought out. Like they're in the relegation zone, Newcastle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll be relegated, to be honest. But now they only have 3 points, albeit from 7 games. They've had this takeover bid, this consortium. Obviously, this consortium want Newcastle to be in the Premier League. They don't want to be down in the Championship. With all due respect to teams in the Championship. But obviously, they want Newcastle to be in the Premier League. But do they actually realise the predicament that Newcastle are in? I mean, they need to win a few games. They're 3 points behind the next place team. Yeah, they have a game in hand, but they need to be careful, Newcastle. I mean, the owners, they want a team in the Premier League.
That's why I think
they want a team in the Championship, you know?
Best thing they need to do is make an appointment that's going to keep them in the Premier League for the rest of this season.
And in January, get some players.
Build on from there.
Yeah.
Because
in January, get
if
some
they
players.
don't get this appointment right, they're going to get relegated.
They need to buy some players. They need to buy some players. They need to buy some players, some defenders, strikers, all over. They need to strengthen everywhere. One player in each position. Defense, midfield, attack. That's what they need. One player in each position is the way I would go. And like you said, a new manager. And then Steve Bruce, poor guy.
Exactly. But it looks like he's not going to get. They're not going to sack him now. It's just not going to happen. But listen, mate, I'm going to shoot off if you don't mind.
Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. And next weekend.
Thank you for helping me trial this thing out and see how it goes.
Yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed it. And like Old School says, we're going to give it another go next weekend and see how it goes. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it, mate. I
enjoyed it
really
too.
did.
And
I
I hope
think it
everyone
went
out there
well.
watching enjoyed it. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. And take it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And come on, you Gooners, on Monday. And let's see
Yeah,
can we
come
do
on,
the
you
business.
Gunners.
Let's see can we do the business against Crystal Palace. Subscribe to both our channels and click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time we upload. Thanks again to Warren for coming along. And take it easy, guys. All the best. Bye-bye.
Take care, mate. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See ya. Take care.